Alright, this is SpielPart6, creating your resume with a template. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to make a resume in Word, and you need to answer this question: what is a template, by the time we're done, so make sure you answer that question. So here's Word. What we're going to do is this: we're going to go File, we're going to go to New, and you can see the task pane opens up over here, and we're going to say I want a template, which basically a template is, here's the answer to the question, write this down. A template is a document that somebody has done all this formatting and setup for you, and you just need to fill in the blanks. Okay, so here we're going to do, we need one off of this computer. We're just going to get a template off of this computer. We go over here to Other Documents, and there is a resume. So you have to look at the Contemporary, the Elegant, or the Professional, see which one that you like, and pick one and start with it. So click them all. For me, I'm going to go with this one. Alright, so here's this, and now obviously what you have to do is you have to go File, Save As, and you save it in your folder with your name on it, in a folder called Tech, in a folder called Word, in a folder called Resume. Okay, do all that. Okay, so that's step one. I'm going to minimize this. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see what's next on the list. Alright, once you have that done and saved, we're going to go on to the next piece, which is filling in the sections. Okay, so you did a lot of work already, and so we're going to start using those. Alright, so your first job is to find a job that you want, okay? Or, so basically it can be your dream job. So let's say you want to be a sports announcer. Well, write that down. You can do that. Okay, we'll put that down as your future goal. Or if you want to just get a job in town, so maybe you want to be a cashier at Walmart, or you want to work at one of the retail stores. Anyway, figure that out. It can be a job out of the Union Democrat. Okay, so read this, do this. Okay, so now that you have a job picked, now you're going to create an objective using the following format: an X position in an organization where X and Y would be needed. Okay, so for an example is, I want an editorial position in an organization where communication skills and a desire to work would be needed. So you're going to list your best skills, and the whole idea is obviously, where does this fall? Well, the objective falls right at the top. So not only so you're saying, hey, here's the job I want, but here's what I offer to you, because really this is all about trying to tell the employer that I have the skills that you need. It's all about you. Okay. Okay, so there's an example. So for you, if it was a fast food restaurant, it'd be something like a job as a cook, where somebody with speed and accuracy would be needed, because what do they need as a cook? They need somebody who's fast and accurate. What do they need with somebody who's working with money and taking the money from the people at the cashier? Somebody who knows how to run a cash register, somebody who's friendly with the public. Okay, those sorts of things. Okay, so you're going to need some help with this, but I will help you with it. Okay, but the first step is to do your objective. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over here and you're going to type out your objective in your resume. Okay, use bulleted sentence in the body of your resume. Use bullets with short sentences. Okay, so basically what you have to do is take all the work that you did before. So you've listed your skills, you listed your experience. So your job is to come over here and stick them in the bullet points. Okay. Alright, so you got to fill in these bullet points. Okay, so I guess the next step really though is you take all the sections you did from yesterday, and so you fill those in. So if you decided to go with work experience instead of experience, type in work experience, right? So you've got to set these sections up as you go too. Okay. Okay. Next. One of the requirements is you have to use action words. When you print this thing up and turn it in, you're going to have to circle your action words. Okay, so use action words. Action words cause a resume to pop. To add life to your resume, use bulleted sentences that begin with action words like prepared, developed, monitored, and present. By the way, don't say I. Notice in this This guy didn't say I increased. He just started with action words. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. And by the way, I have a list. If you go to my handy dandy website or my handy dandy whatever you want to call it, you go here. I've got the list of actions. So you go here. I've got the action words. Okay, so here's a list of action words that might help you if you're looking for action words. But you've got to use some action words. I can't remember how many action words you actually have to use. You'll have to look at the grade scale for that. All right, use percents, numbers, and percentages. Okay, so such as manage a department of 10 people with a budget of $100,000. Those show facts. That's a good thing. So that say like, oh, I actually did something. Okay, so even if you look at this template that they did for us already, you notice they added that in there. Increased. Look, there's numbers, there's percentages. Okay, so even you just open this generic thing through Word and they know the same thing. Okay, so do these things. Keep going. Okay. Make sure as you're doing this you lead with your strengths. You put the best things up at the top. Okay, play the matching game. So if the ad says something they need experience in a particular thing, use those keywords. Okay. All right, read this and do this. And all right, now here's a tough one. You're gonna have to do a PAR statement: a problem, action, result. So an example is gonna be, what's the problem? Disorganized. Okay. What was the action? Redesign the layout. What was the result? Save the company thousands of dollars in recovered stock. Okay, so this is gonna be tricky for you guys. See if you can do it. Well, you have to. So do a PAR statement. Okay, everybody's got to do one. Okay, and that is it. Okay, so you're filling in and working on the resume.